as a part of our flip-flop up north, we had the opportunity to come to see Matthew's best friend from college, his lovely wife, and their 2 children, including their 2-month-old baby, which has been so fun for our girls. We're taking this opportunity to respray our clothes for ticks before our last month. So this is what we use. It's called permethrin, and it actually adheres to the fibers in your clothes, and it doesn't wash off for like 6 or 8 washings. So we are doing that again with all of our clothes. We sprayed our tents and our ground flies. Unfortunately, at this point, we have all found ticks on us. The girls have all had ticks biting them. Amelia on her hip. Charlotte just found one behind her ear, on her hand. So it is definitely an important thing for our last month of hiking in Maine that we have our clothes and our gaiters and our socks sprayed. We better grab our shoes. I just realized we got to do our shoes too. Unfortunately, ticks are a problem. All right, so our Appalachian journey was from Georgia to Maine, and this part of the journey is now in the car as we continue to have our adventure. And this is the state line here to Maine. So we are going to drive tonight to Bangor, Maine, and then tomorrow we will take a bus up to the Appalachian Lodge, and then the next morning we will head into Baxter State Park, have a chance to climb Katahdin as a family, and then we will start our flip-flop southbound and see how far we can get before we have to go home for work and school. Welcome to Maine. All right, as we often do when we are on a 0, we're walking to the movies. This is called Movie Rocket in Bangor, Maine. We're taking a bus tonight at 5:30 up to Millinocket, Maine, and a shuttle will take us tomorrow morning to the base of Katahdin. So it is currently 11 o'clock and we have till 5:30. And this movie theater was a 6-minute walk from our hotel. So the girls are going to see Buzz Lightyear. Matthew and I are going to see Jurassic Park. And then we'll wait for the bus to take us to the mountain. So it's about 7:35. We've finally gotten to our final destination with a lot of sitting around. We are at the Appalachian Trail Lodge. Charlotte is playing with some sticks. It's 7:35 and the shuttle leaves for Katahdin at 6 a.m. We just found out that there's a really high chance of storms, and that worries us a little bit. But we'll see what we end up doing for tomorrow for the start of our flip-flop here. If we'll get to Katahdin tomorrow or if we'll need to wait out the weather, only time will tell. You want to go tomorrow?
I want to go the next day.
The next day? Yeah. What are you doing to prepare yourself here?
I'm throwing sticks, climbing up logs, and running.
You also did
doing push-ups, burpees, and sit-ups.
To get ready to climb Katahdin.
Yeah.
Okay, Charlotte, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at a map of Mount Katahdin.
And where's the peak we're hiking to? Right there. Baxter Peak, 5,267. And here is the campground where we are that we'll be coming back to. So we've got a 4,000 foot climb. Here to the top. All right, this is our beginning. We checked in with this kind ranger. We have walked over here. There's a sign for Baxter State Park. And our mileage for the day. Amelia, do you know where we're going today? Which one?
Nope.
It's the fourth one down. What does it say?
Baxter Peak.
5.2 miles. Here we go. Well, we're 1 mile up. Pretty easy. Getting rocky. But here we have 4.1. This is Katahdin Stream Falls, if you can hear me. Katahdin Stream Falls. It's really beautiful.
Actually, this is Katahdin Stream Falls.
We are collecting some water. We're about 2 miles up, and this is called the Oh Joy Brook. And if you know me, you know that my favorite word is joy. It's my middle name. It's Amelia's middle name. It's my mom's middle name. So the Oh Joy Brook is where we're filling up.
I'm going to call, so since we're going up above tree line, I'm going to call it the Great Above.
The Great Above. Here we go. Well, you would be surprised with the weather that we're having right now with the sunshine, but we actually did not make it to the summit of Katahdin today. We made it to the tree line, which is really incredible. So we made it up to the alpine ecosystem, but the wind was gusting. What would you say, Matthew? 45, 50 miles? 60 miles an hour. It was super, super cold, very foggy. We met a couple people who had made a summit this morning and did not recommend it for themselves, so that they wish they hadn't done it, and so that kind of sealed the deal for us. So we of course are in beautiful sunny weather now, but it was raining, fog, and way too dangerous up at the top. So we're about 1.8 miles from the bottom. It's a miserable climb down, and we're gonna regroup and see if we can do it again tomorrow. So wish us luck. The thing with getting done by 2:30 in the afternoon is now we are here at the campground and looking for things to do. So we have been doing some exploring. Here's the girls. Amelia is wading in the water. This is actually Katahdin Stream that created the waterfall that we saw earlier today. So it's a cold stream. We drank from it. It's really, really cold and great. And over here is Matthew doing some foraging because they found wild strawberries. It would have been awesome to have this kind of weather up top, but we'll see. Hopefully tomorrow. Well, it's bright and sunny, but I'm wearing my rain jacket. I just took my hood down because the bugs are bad in Maine, and we knew that they would be. And I actually ordered us head nets to be shipped to New Jersey to our friend Rob's house so that we could wear them in Maine. It was so windy on the way up Katahdin today and cold and rainy that luckily we didn't have many bugs. But I did sit and wear this a little bit while the girls were finishing up their dinners. Once again, we're being spoiled by Baxter State Park. This is our little lean-to that we got because another camper was sick and needed to actually head home before he was able to start his through hike, which was a huge bummer. But we were able to pay him to take his little lean-to campsite tonight. The girls are sleeping in the shelter, in the tent because of the bugs, and Matthew and I are set up outside. But we really do need the protection from the bugs. The privies here are cleaned every day. They're immaculate. And we have a picnic table. So once again, totally spoiled by this. We'll be heading into the 100-mile wilderness in a couple days, and I think that's when the spoiling will officially end, because the northern part of Virginia and Maryland and Pennsylvania spoiled us, and now Baxter State Park in Maine is spoiling us again, but it's going to quickly be again back. See, the nice thing is it works and it looks cool. So 2 for 2. All right, guys, second time's the charm, right?
Yeah.
Where are we going today? Baxter Peak. There it is. Let's hope for no 60-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah. We're going into the great above and hopefully beyond.
So this is the little hole where we stopped yesterday with the girls. This is as far as we got with the 60-mile-an-hour wind. And here's where we're headed. This has not been easy and has challenged our nerves, but there's the summit. There's a blaze. We're gonna walk up these rocks. Okay, so we are going to end our Katahdin climb here. We're at 4,300 feet. We have about 900 left to go, but the trip down is really, really steep. The trip up was really, really steep, and we are feeling like that is our journey. So we go down. So we had permits for Baxter State Park so that we could summit the mountain. And so these are our last permits that we're turning in. All right, Charlotte, put them in. Done with Baxter State Park. Now we're on to a restaurant for lunch. We're so hungry. We are out of Baxter State Park, and I actually have a fly on my phone screen right now. We are walking on the Golden Road, and one of the owners of the AT Lodge told us the other night that this road is called the Golden Road because it cost $1 million a mile to build this road, but it is so full of potholes and divots that the locals say it's called the Golden Road because it looks like panhandlers came to this road to dig out and see if they could find gold underneath. We are about a half a mile from the restaurant. Can't come soon enough. Charlotte's making a face. All right, we are getting here. We are starting the 100-mile wilderness. This is a caution sign that talks about do not start this unless you are fully equipped. So we're going to get a food drop halfway through. And so we will be, okay, we're not carrying 10 days of food. We're carrying about 4 or 5, and then we have 3 coming. We're hoping to do it in more like 7 days. But this is the longest wilderness section of the AT. Hey, Charlotte.
Yeah?
What are we looking at there?
We're looking at Mount Katahdin.
There's Mount Katahdin. We got almost to the top of that and faced so many of Charlotte's fears. Beautiful view today. So we've stopped for our lunch. Amelia is eating cashew pieces with a spoon out of a trail mix bag because the cashew pieces are so crumbled. But I wanted to show you one of our finds at the hostel in Millinocket. Show us, Matthew.
This is beverage base powder called lemon lime from the Army. We found lots of MREs, and these seemed worth bringing on. It's from Giannis Brothers Packing Company of Kansas City, Missouri. Contains no fruit juice. And it has 33 grams of sugar. That's why I took it. It's one of my afternoon helpers for getting up more mountains.
So what other MREs did we get?
We got pasta and sauce. That was pretty terrible. And applesauce, also pretty terrible. We ate those at the hostel. We got pretzels, peanuts, saltine crackers, and cheese crackers. Pretzels, peanuts, and cheese crackers are a wonderful snack mix combination. The saltines had absolutely no flavor.
But we're always grateful for free food, and we searched the hiker boxes at the hostels, and we were so hungry in Millinocket, and every place was closed for dinner. So we ate MRE elbow noodles and tomato sauce at the hostel for dinner. But lemon lime drink mix for Matthew this afternoon. We are in the 100-mile wilderness for our second full day, and we just climbed this mountain, Nasuntabunt Mountain. It was intense. I will tell you, the thing that's the hardest about the 100-mile wilderness for us so far is that this is the trail. It's really, really rooty and rocky. If you can see this, here's Amelia. You can tell we have a little bit of service. And it just makes the walking really, really slow. And I will tell you, after 15 miles yesterday, our feet were hurting. It is beautiful here. The woods are gorgeous. The lakes are gorgeous. The streams and rivers are beautiful. So it's a really special place to walk, but not easy walking here in the 100-mile wilderness. Okay, let me show you what I mean with these roots and rocks. We're going down the mountain. We heard that northbound up that mountain was a lot harder than southbound, but I don't think either were easy. But this is what we're working with in the 100-mile wilderness. All right, Charlotte's gonna come down here. And we gotta go down here. All right, Charlotte. And then she's gonna walk into these rocks. So this is probably like a 3-foot drop here to get down. I don't think you can really tell on here. Maybe this angle is better. Walking up these roots and these big rocks that really just murder your feet. We know we haven't been in Rocksylvania, so we know that there are certainly parts of the trail where you're walking on a lot of rocks, but the roots are pretty killer. Here she comes. Here she comes again. Strongest 9-year-old I know. She mentions she's glad we're doing this mountain southbound because these rocks would be intense to go up. We were gonna walk 15.5 miles today and pass a few shelters, but we got to this place along the lake that has picnic tables and privies. What are we gonna do instead, Matthew? We're gonna swim. We are gonna inflate Amelia's mat that has yet another hole in it. We are going to swim and wash off like 4 days of grime, 5 days now with our extra day at Katahdin. And we are going to enjoy some time here at this gorgeous lake. I will show you some of the views. It's windy. So beautiful. Maine is just amazing. We're standing on the shore of Pemmadungcook Lake. Pardon my pronunciation. There's a really nice view of Katahdin. It has been unbelievable weather, and I'm so grateful. We actually met a couple of people yesterday, specifically one guy actually the day before that we saw in the Smokies who was hiking 40 miles a day, and he was going to summit today. We met someone else who was going to summit today, and we're so glad to see that the weather is so beautiful for their attempt and their summit today. Here's Amelia. It is a huge lake. We would love to see a moose. I told Amelia I felt it in my bones today. I thought today might be moose day, but maybe not. What do you think, Charlotte? You think we'll see one today?
I hope so.
I do too. Oh, and in other news, I am wearing my head net for the first time, the only one in the family, but these woods are muggy and buggy, and I couldn't take it anymore. I asked the girls if I looked cool. They said no. There are a lot of river and brook crossings in the 100-mile wilderness. Sometimes we have to hop on the rocks. Sometimes there are bridges and boardwalks. This is a really funky bridge made almost like Lincoln logs on the base. There are a lot of crossings in the 100-mile wilderness. This one has a rope. Luckily, the water isn't very high. There hasn't been too much rain lately. Charlotte's choosing to go with the rope. Amelia went further down the stream where there wasn't a rope, but it looks like it is helping Charlotte. Good job, Charlotte. These are some beautiful cascades from the Gulf Haggis Brook. Rock walking is one of my least favorite things. And a little while ago, I figured out why, because I slipped and fell off of a rock into shin-deep mud. We are making our way to an AMC lodge tonight, and we have about 5 miles to go and not a ton of time, so we're trying to trek along, but it's hard not to stop and take a look at all of the beauty here in the 100-mile wilderness. We're on the top of Chairback Mountain. We stayed at an AMC lodge last night, and they made us these wonderful homemade lunches. I'm cutting an apple for Charlotte. We had oranges, but the best part is
these cookies. They are the actual best cookies I've ever had.
Chocolate chip cookies. I didn't take any videos at the lodge. I should have, but we're very grateful for the food and for the comfy bed and the cute little cabin that we had that we can eat up here on Chairback Mountain. All right, here's our Chairback Mountain rock scramble. We had lunch not quite at the top, and we have this little rock scramble to do to get up there.
It's not little.
It's not little. We're coming down third Chairback Mountain, and we see these beautiful new stairs right here. The trail maintenance crew is actually building them right now. And so we've been passing by a lot of equipment. So Matthew said this tool right here is called a come along. And they're actually working right now to cut out and build the stairs. It made this a little bit interesting to try to get down, but we made it, and we're so grateful for these incredible stairs, and we know that future hikers will have stairs all the way up, and they'll be really, really nice. So we are actually SOBO 100 miles, and we have made a 2 out of some sticks. It looks like a 5 because I'm on selfie mode, but we decided that we would just include our 100 miles in theirs. We actually walked 1,105 when we stopped in Pennsylvania, but it's close enough. So we are at 1,200 miles today, and we're actually going to camp right here. There's these great tenting spots by this stream that we actually have to ford first thing in the morning, so we're putting that off for tonight, and we're going to stop here by our 1,200 sign, but we'll take the 2 away so that the SOBOs can celebrate their 100 miles. Okay, Amelia, tell us what you found.
So I found a fossil today. I was walking by like this stream where we're camping, just exploring, and Dad said it could be a fern or a leaf that was shattered, and it might have been moved here by a glacier, and it's like some sort of erosion over time, and it could be up to 1 billion years old or a little less.
So she's been out hunting ever since to see if she can find another one, but there it is. Very cool. Pretty sure this kid's just turned into a full-on woodland sprite. Is that comfortable? Nope. No. So we found out that Monson, Maine is having, I think, their 250th year celebration, and there's fireworks this evening. So we are trying to push the last 9.5 miles after lunch so that we can get back for that. And as much as I'm ready to get out of the 100-mile wilderness, as much as I am tired of the 8 days we've spent here without beds, except when we went to the lodge, and without laundry, you have to admit that the scenery really is beautiful. This is the path that we're walking right now, so it's very rocky. This is where we just came from, down from there, but the views really are quite stunning. I'm ready to get to Monson though. 100-mile wilderness.
Done.